Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eye Missile Tarot, back with another general reading. We're going to go ahead and dive right in, you all. First of all, you got somebody that wants something long term with you. All right. They may be looking at a move. I don't know if it's work related. When it comes to this U-Haul that's out here in reverse. But I'm going to go over some of the cards with you. We're going to go ahead and clarify, all right? But there could be someone that, is making a way back around, or this is somebody that is, hoping that you'll reconsider, is what I'm getting. But you could have some people that's, against this connection. I feel like if it's a divine union, or it's one that is destined for you, there's a lot of people or a particular person that wants to keep that from coming together. I don't know if it's somebody on your past person's behalf, or it's someone in your energy from your past, besides this past person. Whoever comes to mind for you is someone besides them. So they could be, past affiliates or something like that. They could be family members, that you no longer associate with, you done distance yourself from. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the rundown of the cards that came out. The first card that came out was forklift driver. Someone could work in a warehouse or something like that, loading, unloading, or whatever, but they could be a forklift driver, man or woman. The next card that came out was, I want to know what's on your mind. Like, somebody want to know what's on your mind. They want to know what you're thinking. Like, what's your thoughts? And it's mainly because whoever this person is, you're not in contact with this person. Whatever it is they want to ask you about, they don't know, exactly like how to present it, or they still working on like opening that line of communication up with you. Maybe they don't have the confidence, or they didn't have the confidence that they needed, or they don't have the confidence that they need to like reach out to you. Maybe they feel like it's going to be a 5 of Wands if they do. Like it's going to be some type of dispute, some conflict, or it's going to, trigger something with you that, they may not want to, do. Especially if they feel like, it's going to bother you in some way, or it's going to be interrupting, your peace or something like that. But they want to know what's on your mind, what you're thinking. All right. Next card, you got lies, gossip, and rumors. Lies, gossip, and rumors. You got U-Haul. Like I said, it came out in reverse. So someone, could be needing a U-Haul, but the clarification card I got on that was long term with you. So this could be a move, for you, possibly with someone, or this is someone, that is, possibly relocating to be closer, as I'm seeing the world. So they could be at a distance from you, but whoever this is that is wanting to know what you're thinking, they could possibly want, something long term with you. You also got New Orleans out here. They could be from New Orleans. You could be from New Orleans. Whoever this reading resonates with. But somebody may, down the line, if they hadn't already done it, need a U-Haul. They may be relocating, but we're going to, see what's going on with it. But a forklift driver could be of significance. All right, whoever this reading resonates with. So, already pre-shuffled. You got the 4 swords at the bottom of the deck so far. Yeah, and I split the deck on the 4 swords and the 10 of Wands in reverse. So, somebody releasing, some unnecessary commitments, when it comes to whatever responsibilities they had, or whatever, they ended up, subjecting themselves to, or, some type of stubbornness, you know what I'm saying? That will to let go, and, let God. But, it could be some procrastination on this person's behalf, when it came to them possibly like coming back around, making something right. Um, and, just being in that role that they were supposed to be in. They could want to lay things to rest, bring some type of peace. But like I said, they may not want to disrupt your peace. They may know you healing. They could be healing from something right now, but this is somebody possibly wanting to compromise, work something out, bring some type of truce, some peace to a situation, put it behind you. You know what I'm saying? And releasing whatever, these unnecessary things were that may have been weighing somebody down, especially if it had nothing to do with them. The Ten of Wands in reverse is giving me, people that let go of things that no longer serve them. That may have been holding them up, keeping them, delayed, in things. So I'm going to shuffle one more time. We're going to go ahead and clarify. Because I feel like whoever this is, they got some things going on. But I feel like it's, mainly, some clearing of the energy that they, doing. And possibly, going through some ending the cycles and things like that. But show me this person that want to know what's on your mind. You got the Devil, Capricorn energy with the Nine of Cups. Like somebody know that they got some, toxicity, or they got some addictions, or they're aware, that they have some type of outdated belief, or, some unhealthy things, about their lifestyle, that may not, allow them, to be able to reach out to you. Why the Devil? I want to know what's on your mind. You got the Eight of Cups with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I told you, this person feel like they're going to be met with some type of conflict, because of whatever they had to walk away from. They could feel like, abandoned, like you just forgot about them, like you ain't studying their ass, like you may have also, having that moment of where somebody wants to escape. They want to get away. They want to move on. But it may be, the fact that they know, like I said, they got some toxicity. They got some outdated beliefs. They got some, low vibrational ways about them. They may have some unhealthy connections, involvements with people. You know what I'm saying? They may have some addictions. Some things that they know is not going to, make things, between you and them, a healthy connection. You know what I'm saying? You got the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Strength. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So somebody feel like they're going to be met with some type of dispute, or there's some type of intimidation, some type of conflict. And it may come from the fact that this person had some type of dishonesty going on, some lies, because lies, gossip, and rumors is out here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Because at the bottom of the deck, you got the Five of Swords. And the Seven of Swords. Lies, gossip, rumors. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, probably something that they feel like, is what made, them have no other choice, give you no other choice but to walk away. Whoever walked away with this Eight of Cups. Because somebody feels as though, they're going to be met with some type of hostility, or it's going to be some type of dispute. You know what I'm saying? Some hostility, some defeat, even. Especially if they let, them things, be the reason why, they procrastinated about coming towards you or making something right. Especially, hell yeah. Because somebody clarify this Eight of Cups. Whoever this water sign is, they can have Earth in their chart. Capricorn. You could be this Capricorn. Yeah, somebody felt like they had to, like, they feel like they need to go from wherever they at. Like they could be in a low vibrational environment. They could work in a low vibrational environment or live in one. What's the Eight of Cups about? What's the Eight of Cups? Clarify the Eight of Cups. I want to know what's on your mind. Yeah, you got the Two of Cups in reverse. See, they feel like, there's a separation here, but they feel like it's over the fact that there was some dishonesty here. Like they broke some type of trust. Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck now. Like somebody feel like, they like in some type of isolation now. You could be isolating yourself, like cutting this person off, like, no contact, no communication with them, you know what I'm saying? They could be isolating themselves, but somebody's like overwhelmed. Like they could have, some restless nights, because they in their head, about this non-communication, no contact, no nothing. Like they ain't hearing nothing from you. You're not reaching out to them. If they have tried to reach out to you, you haven't responded. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of don't know where they at. You know what I'm saying? With you as far as, how far to go. Especially if they were, being naive and thinking that, you will come back around or, with this Fool in reverse. Because somebody may have, just been reckless, with however, they may have allowed somebody, to get in between, them understanding exactly what the process was going to be like when you walked away or when, things ended. Okay, because they feel like now, there's a separation here, some distrust, some dishonesty, but it causes separation. And it may have been, lies, gossip, and rumors that they allowed somebody, to come in and you know what I'm saying, implement, some stuff or say some things. But this, could have been, some type of, connection that's they ending walking away from as well, because of how they feel. Like there's a breakup here. You and this person could have broke up, or they breaking up with someone, they want to get away. Like it's something about that connection that they feel like, is not working, and they want to know what's on your mind. Like, because I feel like somebody, feels as though they need to get away from where they at. They could be in a very toxic, low vibrational environment, with somebody. They may have been in some unhealthy connections or unhealthy connection here that they want to get away from, walk away from. The U-Haul is out here in reverse. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio out here so far with the Devil, Capricorn. Why the Two of Cups in reverse? What's going on with that Two of Cups in reverse? What's that about? Clarify the Two of Cups in reverse. Clarify the Two of Cups in reverse. Got the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. Somebody want to lay something to rest. You could be protecting your peace right now, but it's like they don't know. There's no communication, and they want to know, like, however they've been trying to reach out to you or get in touch with you. It has not given them, any peace. So right now, you got the 4 swords where someone, is recuperating, healing, working, what I'm saying, just putting somebody want to lay something to rest. They want to put whatever this is that is keeping y'all from talking, or what happened between you and them, they want to put that to rest. Like somebody want to put that, get it out in the open, say what it is, lay it to rest, and, but the 2 of Swords is giving someone wanting to have to take that leap of faith. Like they, may want to hear from you and stuff like that. They may feel like it's some hidden information, that you're not sharing or that you got going on. It's something you're not talking about. They waiting to see something, hear something back or see something online, but they not. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to just take that leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? And take their ass on. If they're going to talk to you, they're going to talk. If they, you know what I'm saying? Instead of them waiting on you to say something. Or get them some type of green light or, you know what I'm saying? Like they feel like you may be involved with someone or you want somebody else. Something like that. Clarify lies, gossip, and rumors. You got the Justice in reverse. Libra energy. Who's itching? Got the heart chakra blocked too with this Justice in reverse. But this is an injustice, on possibly a Libra, or a Libra is causing this. But it's, somebody inability to want to take responsibility for what they said, or, and you got the Chariot in reverse. So this is somebody that definitely don't have no damn self-control, no self-respect. They don't have no self-control, for one. If somebody thought that they, was able to, rectify a situation or be able to balance one connection over here and another one over here, that's a damn lie. That was a whole lie, gossip, and a goddamn rumor. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, somebody had lack of direction. Like they may have thought that they could, clear out something over here and still try to build something over here. No. Somebody ain't got no control, no self-discipline. So whatever it was that somebody was able to say to get somebody, to break go against their own boundaries, you know what I'm saying, break their own rules. Like they say, some people make rules for some, break them for others. So, some people will say, this is this and that's it, that's all. But then the right person come along, looking the right way, smelling good, they'll break them same rules for that person. But they, or somebody else that ain't got all that popping off, they standing 10 toes down on what they said. But then they looking the right, like I said, they look the right way, smell the right. They going against the grain, doing the very thing they said, they wouldn't do. They making excuses for some and break rules for others. You know what I'm saying? So somebody thought they had self-control. They didn't. Somebody thought they could control the situation. If it got out of hand, they didn't. Something could have been said and they ain't stand up for you, or something could have been said and they couldn't fact check it because you don't fuck with them. You didn't talk to them no more. So they were left, just listening to what somebody was saying. That's a Chariot in reverse. Can't make it up with the damn Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody just talking shit. And they listened to it. They went along with it. They let it happen. They just let somebody just run off at the mouth. And they thought maybe, just because you didn't know about it, you wasn't going, you know what I'm saying, be able to dispute it or something like that. But at the same time, they was there. They heard what was said. They could have said something. That's what I'm getting. But you got the Justice out here in reverse. Libra energy. So somebody may be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody could be, spreading some goddamn gossip, you know what I'm saying, and just being unfair, you know what I'm saying, about whatever it is that they talking about, because somebody don't like the fact that they like woe is me. You know what I'm saying? Something happening to them. Like why is happening to me? Like why, something good coming their way and not, toward me. And it's like somebody, say something foul about you, make shit up, you know what I'm saying, and create a whole bunch of injustices, you know what I'm saying, and bad treatment, to come towards you, bad attitudes, bad energy to be sent towards you. But that's because they don't like how something going with them. Could be a Cancer doing this to a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a Libra. This Queen of Swords in reverse could be somebody's mom or a baby mother or a sister. Got some kids or something like that. But it's definitely somebody, that's, you know, um, like this is somebody that don't have, like, you know what I'm saying? They criticize other people, because of what they can't do and what they doing with their life or what they doing with their talents or their gifts. You know what I'm saying? And instead of them focusing on what the shit is they got going on and trying to figure that out and resolve that issue, they'd rather speak on your shit and what you doing. Clarify this justice in reverse. Lies, gossip, rumors. Who doing this? Who's spreading these lies, gossip, and rumors? Why is that out here? That's a temperance out here. And the Five of Swords. Lies, gossip, and rumors, child. Like somebody don't like, this is somebody that's a op to you. They in some type of competition. They feel intimidated by you. Um, with the temperance out here is giving me like Archangel Michael. Whoever this is, they could be, a Sagittarius. Could be a fire sign. Could be any fire sign. But they could be somebody, that feels, as though like they yeah, somebody intimidated. For some of you or somebody in particular, this is a sibling. What's the justice in reverse with the temperance? Clarify the justice in reverse with the temperance. Yeah. You got the moon in reverse. So there's some clarity somebody gaining some clarity when it comes to, what's being hidden or what somebody did under this moon cycle or did under the moon with this moon magic or some shit. Or somebody was trying to, um, is releasing some fear of what is, unknown. Like if somebody, because this temperance is, like I said, it's giving me Archangel Michael, energy. Like somebody is doing return to senders, but this is Archangel Michael, like protecting, somebody's light when it comes to what somebody's saying and doing to dim somebody else's light. Like somebody don't, your light irritates somebody's demons. Okay, so your light makes somebody else look dark. It makes them look like who they are, and it exposes them. And this is that time for exposure. All right. Some people right now don't realize shit. They getting a karma with, if they fuck over somebody, they get that issue right then. It ain't no next lifetime, popping off like somebody getting their shit right, right away. But this clarity is, bringing somebody, full circle with, some suppressed emotions, like whatever it is that they once was feeling or, um, felt like scared to express, you know what I'm saying? because they done been through a lot, or they done heard, so much shit, or they done, allowed too many things that wasn't true to seep in, and it caused them to hold back something, that they've been feeling, and that's not your fault. But at the same time, this is somebody that's finding truth. They finding some truth out, and they gaining that clarity, that awareness, but they also releasing fear, of what it was that somebody was talking about, that they had no idea if it was true or false, at the time, but they allowed it to be something that held them back from expressing or allowing their feelings to show. And I feel like that's why some people, don't defend another person and what they saying about someone, because they don't know if it's true or not. I always say, if I genuinely fuck with somebody, I don't give a damn if what the person in front of me, around me, is saying about them and they not present. Don't say the shit around me. Don't bring that shit up around me. That's just period. Like what I said, let me get in my car, let me go ahead and go. But know this. When I see that person, when I get in touch with that person, I'm going to let them know what's being said, because, or I'm going to do it right then. I just don't like that shit. Call it messy, call it whatever. But if anything, a motherfucker not going to just, be around me because of the truth that I, put out there. I don't give a fuck nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can back up any damn thing I say. But when it comes to somebody actually, speaking ill, or, talking about someone and they not present, like, that's a coward. Because if you know that person like I know that person, then you would, you would have known the truth by now, because you could have just called them up, asked them, personally. But because you disputing it, and speaking on it around a bunch of other people that probably don't even really know this person, like that, and I may not even really know what's going on with them, but I'm not, you don't see me bringing that shit up or talking about it, even if I do or don't know about what you're saying. It's not the time that's not the, way to be discussing somebody else's shit. They ought to be able to defend themselves. They're not dead and gone, so shit, they should be able to be here to be present to defend whatever's being said. To say that's a lie, that's, that's some made up shit, that's some personal shit, so I already know who told it. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody gaining clarity. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be a Pisces, could be any water sign, all right? But they gaining clarity. They got some suppressed emotions, but like I said, it was held up and held back, and they procrastinated about doing, taking necessary action at a time where it was, necessary. And they may have, needed more information because you and them wasn't talking. So they couldn't ask you, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, I feel like it's a family member or something like that. But these lies, gossip, and rumors, it created an injustice. It could be a court case with the justice out here. It could be something that was being said, but that temperance is out here to restore balance. You know what I'm saying? Somebody cooperating with, possibly authorities, or they cooperating with their spirit team, the universe, to find better solutions. You know what I'm saying, to a situation. Or somebody's asking, for, the universe to help them, assist them with gaining some type of clarity, and they're getting it with the moon in reverse. Like something is being revealed to a Pisces. They could have fire in their chart. Don't have to be. But I feel like somebody definitely is, wanting to express something that they've been holding in, but that's because they been listening to a whole bunch of other shit since they haven't heard from you or talked to you or nothing like that. So even if before all this, you know what I'm saying, this person has some suppressed emotions. They got some feelings they never expressed to you. And they could have felt some type of way over lies and gossip and rumors, and, treated you according to what somebody was saying, or behaved, or took action, you know what I'm saying, or behaved, in a way that they, was responding to based off what was being said. It's like, somebody finding out, hey, so damn, you treated me like that because you thought I did this, or you thought I was on something like that, or you thought I was that type of person, or you thought that's what I meant when I did this, or I was doing that, or You thought that was my intent. You know what I'm saying? So clarify why this U-Haul is in reverse. Got the Three of Swords. Clarify why this U-Haul is in reverse with the Three of Swords. Clarify U-Haul. What is that about? What's going on with that? Why is it in reverse? Yeah, something over. Yeah, you got the Divine Feminine at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups and the Hangman. And it's a 8. It's a Queen of Wands. Goddamn pissed off. Mad as a motherfucker. So there's a breakup here. There's, some separation, some heartbreak, over ending. So whoever this is, they ended out a cycle, or this is somebody you ended out a cycle with over some heartbreak or something like that, moved out, moved on. You know what I'm saying? You got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. To have something, coming in abundance, somebody very nurturing could be expecting. An addition, you know what I'm saying, to your family. So somebody, is coming in, but they're coming in long term after some ending. Here you got the Empress at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups. You know what I'm saying? So there's new love, or there's an emotional awakening somebody's going through, gaining a new perspective. You know what I'm saying? Thinking from their higher self and making decisions from their higher self. It could have been somebody moving away from possibly a Queen of Wands in reverse, jealous, envious, vengeful, that they in some type of conflict with, arguing, bickering back and forth and shit. Hell yeah, because this person got boundaries. They setting boundaries with this person now. I don't know if that's a mother figure, a baby mama, but somebody setting boundaries, right now, and they, not. And I feel like it's something ending with a person, now, in and out of cycle, or this is something, you may have did, or something they got going on as far as this U-Haul, moving out, somebody moving out. But it's got a lot to do with a cycle ending, and this could be a bittersweet ending, for somebody, but it's not something that it is not necessary. Like, if you got to close out one cycle to start something new, and somebody, is in tears, or they, what I'm saying, pissed off over this separation, this breakup. You know what I'm saying? Clarify this Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. What's the Three of Swords with the Ten of Swords? What's the outcome of this Three of Swords with the Ten of Swords? What are they doing with this U-Haul? Three of Swords with the Ten of Swords, clarify. Yeah, you got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Swords. And the Emperor. Bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, this your person. This somebody damn person. That is, and I feel like some lies and gossip and rumors, somebody, finding out, somebody getting the truth about what somebody was trying to say about a Queen of Pentacles. Like, somebody was trying to say a Queen of Pentacles, was trying to talk about a Queen of Pentacles, or like talk about them in the sense of, somebody that's not, truthful. Like, somebody was self-absorbed. Like, this is somebody that is very selfish, very self-centered, but they also somebody that's imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that can't balance work and home either. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Spending money before they get it. Living beyond their means. but more or less obsessed with status. You know what I'm saying? Need to have some type of lifestyle and image, reputation and shit like that. Why everything inside the house falling apart. You know what I'm saying? But they want to look the part without actually, you know what I'm saying, with the foundation being shaky and all. Don't give a damn. On every damn body. You know what I'm saying? But somebody getting some truth about why somebody, you know what I'm saying, is going through what they going through. And they having to move out, get a damn U-Haul and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's somebody karma for the lies, gossip, and rumors that they created. You know what I'm saying? This is that injustice. This is, the universe balancing something out. And it's revealing, exposing, somebody's actual truth for coming for you. Because like I said, somebody don't want whatever's coming towards you to be a celebration for you. Like somebody wanted to get in the way of somebody actually coming in and wanting to be with you long term. Somebody just wanted people to come towards you and just waste your damn time and be, a false person. Every time somebody come into your life, they're a false person. I feel like that's, a lot of people praying on your downfall, your happiness, as a person. Mainly because they thought that, you struggling and you having, some lower, how you say it, some low vibrational moments or having some struggles, 10 of wands, that'll keep somebody from coming towards you. Like, oh man, they ain't got shit. They always going through stuff. They ain't got this. They don't work. They this, not knowing that these, you got people in, what I'm saying, behind the scenes that is creating blockages, what I'm saying, doing, different spell work and shit, word of mouth, rumors, lies, gossip and shit like that, but not knowing, you got a spirit team, you got, a lot of ancestry, protection, when it comes to the universe, when it comes to your spirit team that is watching, from the sidelines and they don't like what they see. And it's mainly, somebody possibly, just wanting to see you not, get into something that is destined for you because they want it for themselves and now they shit being exposed for fucking with you. See what happens when somebody start talking shit about another person and not knowing facts, your shit come out. Everything about you that you ain't talking about come out. Stop doing it, okay? People need to stop doing that shit. Collective. People don't need it. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Folks be thinking just because somebody else talking about it, it's okay for them to chime in. Get your ass on. Get on like you've been spit on. You know what I'm saying? Because when it come time for karma to get, to spin that block, it ain't going to miss. And right when you need, a blessing, you're going to get that karma instead. Because you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn too. That's how you get your lesson. Stop speaking on other people's shit, because just because they going through it don't mean it won't ever be you. Don't mean it won't ever be you. And watch the people that you gossip around and tell lies, around, because they know you do it too. They know you lying. They know you spreading shit. They know you don't, they know you got some family members you don't fuck with, and that whoever this family member is or whoever, this past person is around that's speaking on you that don't even fucking know you. Now, whatever they got going on with your person, or whoever this is that's speaking ill about you, what I'm saying, around someone, they don't even have to be around your person. This could be a separate situation when you got something going on with a lover, you got something going on with other people behind the scenes that want to talk about what's going on with you in your personal life when it comes to people that want to, still come towards you regardless of what these family members, friends, outside people saying. What they saying they heard. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gonna fuck with you, they gonna fuck with you the long way. They gonna fuck with you the long way, regardless. But they gotta get the, the answers that they need for themselves and make their own decisions, and they gonna have to do that and keep doing that as long as they with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end it here. You guys make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. This is Divine Eyed Mystic Tarot. Until next time, you all, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.